Baseball Association, and presented to you by Xfinity. Xfinity X1 is the hub for all things sports with the Xfinity Sports Zone. And Wings Financial. We're for people like you.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Joe Schlepper Stadium in Shakopee. We're proud to present the State Amateur Baseball Tournament live on Prep Spotlight.tv. I am Eric Murphy, and it's still round one action, round one weekend here in the Class B bracket. The winner on to round two, loser will see their seasons come to an end. So today we've got expected to be a good game. We say that pretty much about every Class B game, with a great baseball being played in Class B. 28 total teams, 16 of them here in the state tournament. And we'll get more into who won and moved on yesterday. This is our first game here Sunday morning. We've got the Miesville Mudhens in the Coon Rapids Redbirds. Miesville will be the away team here, kind of a lower seed as they got knocked out by Dundas in their regional tournament. But obviously anyone that knows anything about state amateur baseball in Minnesota knows that Miesville, as a low seed, still a pretty dangerous squad. One of the dynasties in Minnesota. 12 wins in the regular season, had to battle back with 3 wins in the losers bracket. As mentioned, getting knocked out in their series against Dundas. So the redemption round is how Miesville got here, and that's why they have a little bit of a lower seed. This their 5th straight trip to the state tournament. They won it back-to-back in 16 and 17. They've won 7 state titles overall. This is their 31st appearance in the state tournament. Coon Rapids Redbirds come in 17 and 7 overall. Impressive campaign to this point, with top seed Blaine getting knocked out. Coon Rapids made it through Region 4 as the top seed, and in the Birds, they were knocked out in the first round last year by Dundas. The Redbirds in their 16th season playing in the Metro Mini League. So started in 2005, 6 Metro Mini titles. Only the Blaine Fusion have more than the Redbirds. Down the hill for the Redbirds in the field with their red jerseys and white pants. Joe Lewis on the hill, the lefty. He will face a Miesville lineup. Joey Warner, Tanner Vavra, Derek Marks, Nate Amos, Austin Ledoux, Matt Vanderbosch, Brian Sprout, Max Morris, and Max Gam. And as we mentioned yesterday on the broadcast, air of unpredictability to these tournament games. Teams usually get about 40 games in. It's kind of all over the place. We've seen some teams with just 15 to 16 games. We mentioned the Redbirds a little more aggressive. They got into the 20s as far as games played, but not a ton of time to find rhythm. So you're just going to lean on your guys. And we saw yesterday pitching, always important in the state tournament. And that'll play big here today, no doubt. So again, this is day 2 of the tournament. Yesterday's winners, Northfield, Champlain Park, Elko, and Dundas. We'll fill out the rest of the bracket here today, including Friday night suspended game. 2-time defending champ Chanhassen will try to finish up tonight against St. Michael. That game was suspended with Chan a 6-2 lead in the 6th inning. And we are about to be underway here at the Joe Schlepper Stadium, stepping in, take the Class B tournament after New Ulm opted out due to COVID concerns. And they will cut the music as Joey Warner, the center fielder, settles into the box for Miesville, the Mudhens. Lewis delivers, swung on, and it looks like he got a piece of it, but strike 1 on Warner. We do have stats here today, so we'll hopefully be able to supply most of that. Joey Warner, 327 average in the regular season from the leadoff spot. Quickly in an 0-2 hole after following that one back.
Please return the foul balls to the first base dugout.
I do have Coon Rapids batting stats. Don't have pitching stats here on Mr. Lewis. The 0-2 pitch, just a bit outside, maybe low, 1-2 the count. Jeff Lindstrom, the manager, Coon Rapids, said Joe Lewis, Justin Clark, Nick Harold, they're going to be leaned on here in the tournament. And that one's squibbed to the left side. Lewis gets to it, fires to first, and it may have hit Werner. I think he was going to be safe anyway. It gets away, but Werner will remain at first base. So let's see how they score this play. And they're going to give him a hit. A little squibber to the left side. Lewis got there. He wanted to take his time to set his feet and make the throw. And that allows Werner to get the single. The leadoff man on for the Mudhens. So in a way, we talked about it being sudden death, and this is the first year that they've done the first 2 rounds as a winner-go-home single elimination. Usually the bracket allows you, if you get into the second weekend, you're in the double elimination portion of the Class B tournament, but that's changed this year. You have to win the first 2 weekends. So Lewis delivering to Tanner Vavra, and he dumps it into left field on the first pitch. Werner thought about taking third as the ball is bobbled. He'll hold up at second, first and second now, with nobody out. The big man, Derek Marks, stepping to the plate for Miesville. So back-to-back singles to start things off for the Mudhens. Coach Lindstrom does not want to see that. This is a very, very dangerous team. Could easily make a run at this thing. Derek Marks, former Augustana player, big slugger. Earned all Northern Sun honors back in the day. Used to manage the Hastings Hawks. Hastings and Miesville grabbed from the same player pool. The Woodbury, Cottage Grove, Hastings area. Derek with 3 home runs on the abbreviated season, providing the pop, number 3 spot in this order. 0-1 count from Lewis. And that one is swung on. It's skied high to left. Is it going to be fair is the question. Marks was hoping, but it is a foul ball. So the big man muscling that one over the left field trees over there, but beyond the foul pull. So 0-2 the count. The 0-2 pitch, little hesitation in the delivery there as he looked back to second base, and that's a ball, 1-2. So the Mudhens made a solid run last year too, won the first 2 games of the tournament, then knocked out their rivals Dundas to put them in the losers bracket. Moorhead then knocked them out of the tournament. But back for more after playing pretty much single elimination ball all of last week as well through the redemption round. In Region 1B, the always tough Region 1B. Both Dundas and Northfield winning yesterday, representing that region. And in the regular season, Miesville was actually able to, we mentioned they put it together, but 12-4 was their regular season record. One of the top records in the league. Meanwhile, Northfield, Dundas, both 6-6 in league play in the regular season, but both moving on, as mentioned, yesterday. As Marks reaches for that one, it's up the line. It's going to stay fair, and that's going to be it out to first. The runners move up, second and third, now 1 out. Productive out, though Marks reaching for that pitch. Nice play by Kirby Perry. Didn't look like it was going to go foul, so you got to take that out if you can get it. So 1 out now, and stepping in is Nate Hammis. Here's the chance of Hammer. Nate's nickname here for Miesville. And that is swung on, drilled to center field. It drops in front of the center fielder. 1 run will score. The throw comes all the way the bottom of the pitching mound. Lewis will cut it off. An RBI single for Hammes, and a 1-0 lead for Miesville. Warner waited on that one. That was drilled. And Avery Lehman out in center field. Didn't want to make a play and have it go by him, probably, so he lets it drop in front of him. RBI single, runners at the corners. Still one out. Lewis delivering now to Austin Ledoux, the right fielder. Austin batted .357 in the regular season. That pitch in the dirt. Runners stay put. Good block there by Perry. A 2-ball, no strike count now on Ledoux. That one to short, could be two. Out at second, the throw to first, and he's safe. So good hustle there by Ledoux. They couldn't turn it, run scores. That'll leave Ledoux at first now with 2 outs, but Miesville with a 2-0 lead here. With Matt Vanderbosch, player manager, stepping up to the plate. Vanderbosch, a Hastings native, former Hastings star in the late 90s, led them to a state title. Eventually went on to star at Oral Roberts and then into the Boston Red Sox organization, where he made an instant impact, named minor league player of the year. 1 year in the Red Sox organization, made it all the way to AAA. Lefty against lefty, that's a strike call. Vanderbosch not agreeing with that call. 1-1 the count. Again, 2 outs. Miesville's got 2 runners in. They're in the top of the first inning. Lewis delivers. Ball 2. Vanderbosch also a .300 hitter in the regular season, checking in at .319. Chops that one toward first and foul. 2-2 is the count. We mentioned we saw the near turn there by Coon Rapids. Ryan Nickel, the shortstop, one of the youngsters. We'll talk more about that when the Coon Rapids Redbirds come up here in the bottom of the first. Some young kids mixed in here, some veteran players. The team feels if they can get by this first game, could make a run as Vanderbosch grounds to second base. Throw on to first, and that'll do it for the Mudhens in the top of the first inning, but they inflict some damage here. 2-0 Miesville after a half inning of play. Back to live action at the Joe Schlepper Stadium in Shakopee. We are in round 1 Class B action, round 1 weekend here. The final day of the first round. Winner moves on to next weekend. Loser season is over. Starting pitcher for the Miesville Mudhens stick to a 2-0 lead early, and Jacob Dickmeyer is your starter, one of the best pitchers in this tournament. Again, abbreviated season this year, but Dickmeyer 4-1 with a 1.6 ERA. And last year, by the way, went 6-1 on the year with a 1.28 ERA. Former St. John's pitcher. All MIAC there with the Johnnies. And a Woodbury graduate. Very good pitcher. And again, Miesville able to push 2 across in the first. It started with a squib single, then Tanner Vavra ripped it into left. Eventually, Nate Hammes drove in the first run. with an RBI, and then Coon Rapids not able to turn a double play, brought in another run. So 2-0 Miesville. See if Coon Rapids can work their way right back into it. Coon Rapids lineup's going to come in with Dan Skog in left field, the veteran, Ryan Nickel, the shortstop, Ross Indelkoffer, Zach Sather, Thomas Kinsella, Avery Lehman, Aaron Lindstrom, Kyle Schnobrook, and Kirby Perry is the lineup for Coon Rapids. Skog, St. Cloud State player. He's been around the block. A veteran player with this ball club. 14th year playing. The Anoka native here. A 1-1 count on the youngster, Jacob Dickmeyer. Working quickly. Skog squares that one up, but easy catch out in left field for Max Morris. Going to bring up Ryan Nickel. So Ryan Nickel plays at Augustana, Mounds View graduate, one of the youngsters added to the lineup. Ryan in his first year playing with Coon Rapids. Swinging on the first pitch from Dickmeyer, and it looks like that one might stay in play. It does. And it's an out. Good job sticking with it over there by Brian Sprout. And quickly, Dickmeyer has 2 outs. And here is Ross Indelkoffer, the first baseman, the other youngster on this squad, also a Mounds View graduate. And a Division I baseball player at that. Indelkoffer, South Alabama. A really good player. Right in the middle of this lineup, and he swings on and pops the Dickmeyer pitch up to second base. Underneath it and making the catch is Vamra. And that'll do it. Quick work there for Dickmeyer in the first after 1. Mudhens 2, Redbirds nothing.
What's special about high school sports? The passion. The excitement. The memories.
Down on 3 at the buzzer. Good! It's good! Du Bois wins it for the Rebels.
It's about impacting your community. Connecting your business to this audience. This is where your customers live, where they shop. This is their circle of life. This is where your business should be. Connect with your best potential customers. This is your invitation. Get in the game.
Quickly on to the second inning here at Joe Schlepper Stadium, Class B State Amateur Baseball Tournament, live on PrepSpotlight.tv. I'm Eric Murphy. This is first round action. Miesville put up 2 in the top of the first inning. Starter Joe Lewis. The winner of this game will move on to play Champlin Park. The Low Gators, a 12-2 victory. That was the nightcapper last night. We mentioned Northfield moved on with a 9-5 win over East Grand Forks. Elgo walked off the Moorhead Mudcats, and Dundas took care of Chaska in dominating fashion yesterday afternoon. This is our first game here at the Joe. Coming up next, the Moorhead Brewers and Prior Lake Jays. And Cold Spring and Anoka late this afternoon. And then remember, Chanhassen and St. Michael, they have to finish their game, a weather delay. They were joking before the game that we're in about a 40-hour delay in that game. 6-2, Chan leads it in the 6th inning. They'll finish that out. And the bracket, the first round will be complete. Move us on to next weekend. Stepping in for Miesville's Brian Sprout, a veteran player here, East Ridge head coach, East Ridge High School. Sprout, former St. Olaf star, he flies out to Puri, the catcher, for the first out here in the top of the 2nd inning. Sprout had his number retired at St. Olaf, give you an idea, and he played 6 years of minor league baseball coming from Division III. He's a tremendous player, and he's been around. He's a veteran, as mentioned. And Max Morris, the left fielder, stepping in now. Miesville put up 2 runs on 3 hits in the 1st inning. As Lewis fires a strike into Morris, 0-1 the count. I saw this a little bit yesterday. Obviously, Jacob Dickmeyer buzzing through the top 3 batters, Coon Rapids, in the 1st inning. But some pitchers, they just need an inning to get settled. Lewis coming out firing strikes here. Tries to hit the outside corner, 1-2 the count. Two and two now. Lewis in his 4th year with Coon Rapids. Played at Anoka Ramsey. Morris has worked the count all the way back to full 3-2 now. Bringing in an 0-2 hole. 1 out, top of the 2nd inning. Lewis. Another high pitch there. Morris will take first on the base on balls. Max Gam stepping to the plate, number 99, plays shortstop for the Mudhens.
99 shortstop,
Gam, a .283 hitter in the regular season. Running on the first pitch is Morris. Good throw down by Puri. He is out. Nailed trying to take second. Puri has been active here. Put out in the 1st inning. Nice throw down for the 2nd out here. Coming right back is Gam, drills it to the gap. It's cut off. Gam takes a big turn at first. And he'll trot back with a 2-out single. Back to the top of the order we go. Joey Werner singled in the 1st inning. Remember, squibbed it off the end of his bat and then beat out the throw. Later came around to score. Scored on the Hammes single. They go right back to trying to take a base here, and Gam does it. Perry on the exchange dropped the ball. Stolen base for Gam, in scoring position now for Werner. 1-0 is the count. Again, 2 outs. Ripped down the first baseline and fair. That'll score Gam from second. Digging for 2 is Werner. Bobbled out there a little bit in right field. Allows Werner to get in easily. So Joey Werner getting it done early here for Miesville. 2 for 2. Single, a double, run scored, and now an RBI, and it's a 3-0 lead for the Mudhens.
Second baseman.
Tanner Valver steps in now. The runner at second, Joey Werner, after the RBI double. Off the end of the bat, Nichols scoops and throws. Out number 3, but Miesville adds another run for an inning and a half. 3-0 Mudhens. We apologize for being away for a couple minutes. Intermittent issues here at the Joe. No big deal. We are back up and running. So what you missed, we are in the bottom of the second inning. Zach Sather flew out to start the inning against Jacob Dickmeyer, who is firing here early for Miesville, as he now strikes out Thomas Kinsella for the second out. So 2 quick outs again for Jake, and that'll bring up Avery Lehman, the center fielder for Coon Rapids. It's 3-0. Miesville in the lead. Added another run there after scoring twice in the second. Joey Werner, or twice in the first, they added one in the second. Joey Werner's doing some damage early for the Miesville lineup. Single, a double, a run scored, and an RBI already. We're just in the bottom of the second inning. Dickmeyer hits the outside corner, an 0-2 count quickly on Lehman. And strike three. Lehman kept the bat on his shoulder, doesn't like the call, but Dickmeyer cruising through 2. 3-0, Miesville.
Coon Rapids bottom of the second, 3 up.
Back to live action, Joe Schlepper Stadium here in Shakopee. Miesville, after 2 innings, holds a 3-0 lead over Coon Rapids. It's kind of chipping away a little bit here. And starter Joe Lewis, the lefty. 3 hits, 2 runs in the first inning, 2 more hits, another run in the second. In the meantime, Jake Dickmeyer is cruising on the mound through 2 innings, surrendering a walk or a hit to the Redbirds. So we head to the top of the third, where Derek Marks will lead us off. I mentioned the Redbirds knocked out by Dundas, Miesville's rival, in the first round last year. Their 16th season playing as the Redbirds. 439 wins, 224 of those in the Metro Mini. Coach Lindstrom wanted to mention also this season dedicated to assistant manager Don Bright. Been battling bladder cancer this season. Will have surgery in September. Lifetime baseball man from high school through amateur ball. Coon Rapids High School. Redbirds member since 1993. So we obviously, Prep Spotlight, wishing Coach Bright the best here as he goes into surgery in September. Again, the Redbirds dedicating their season to him. And a good one. The Blaine Fusion knocked out in regions. The Redbirds come in the higher seed here in the tournament than Miesville, who was knocked out by Dundas in the first round tournament and had to play their way back into it. And I will tell you, a lower seed for Miesville doesn't mean anything. Tradition rich, a lot of tournament experience on this squad, including Derek Marks at the plate. And look at this guy, can crush the ball. Gets around on that one, but hammers it into the parking lot, so he's down 0-2. Hit a long fly ball his first time up, just foul in left field. So Derek, the former Augustana star, can provide some pop. Down 0-2 here, swung on, driven to center field. Settling in under that one is Lehman for the put out.
Catcher, Nate Thomas.
Marks 0 for 2. Put some pretty good swings on the ball, though. And Nate Hammis, the catcher, steps in down. RBI single for Nate in the first inning. Got the scoring started for Miesville with that single. Shows bunt, pulls it back, ball 1. Nice pitch there by Lewis. Hits the outside corner. 1-1 the count. 1 out. In the top of the third inning. Way outside on that pitch. Hammis patiently waiting for a pitch to swing on here in this at bat. That one is swung on, skied high toward the Coon Rapids dugout. A play, and he almost overran it, but making the play is Indelkoffer. He got over to a spot That's what they teach you. Get over there first. Picked up the ball, reach back, out number 2. The second nice defensive play by a first baseman we've seen in this contest. Ryan Sprout made a nice one down the line in the first inning for an out. And now Lewis has 2 outs, and refreshingly probably for him, nobody on base. That brings up Austin Ledoux, the right fielder. Fielder's choice. Drove in a run in the first inning. That one also high in the sky toward right field. And calling for it, making the catch is Kyle Schnobrick. And that'll do it for Miesville in the third, but the Mudhens, they 3-0 lead. Jacob Dickmeyer back out to the mound when we come back. Bottom of the third at the Joe. Coon Rapids still trying to figure out Jacob Dickmeyer, first time through the order here. He's buzzed through the first 6 batters. The Miesville Mudhens ace has only suffered 2 regular season losses combined the last 2 years. Abbreviated season this year, so his record over the last 2 years in the regular season is 10-2 with a sub-2 ERA. 5'10", not an imposing figure by any means, but works quick, and he is a really, really good pitcher. The former All-MIAC pitcher from St. John's. And the DH, Aaron Lindstrom stepping in now for Coon Rapids. Swing on and fouled back, 0-1 the count. Quickly in an 0-2 hole now. And Dickmeyer works so fast. It's hard for us to even throw out stats here in this lineup. We're doing our best to do that, as Coon Rapids does a great job of keeping tabs on stats for their franchise. Swung on and missed. 3 pitches. Another strikeout for Dickmeyer. His 3rd straight batter that he struck out. That'll bring out Kyle Schnobrick, the right fielder. Schnobrick 269 in the regular season. There you go. I got the stat in before Jacob could throw a pitch. Trying to bend it around that outside corner. That one a little too far outside, so ball 1. There he hits it, 1-1 the count. I mean, he just gets up there and throws the ball. Quickly working. That one swung on, chopped to third. It's going to be a fair ball. Nice play and strong throw to get Schnobrick at first base. And that's Derek Marks over there, the big man making that play. Schnobrick puts it in play on Dickmeyer. Jacob getting some nice defense behind him, and that'll bring up Kirby Perry. Perry looks at strike one from Dickmeyer. The catcher for this ball club is active in the field, batted .182 in the regular season. Proving his defensive attributes there in the first couple innings. That one just a bit outside, 1-1 now the count. To the Coon Rapids catcher, 2 down. Coon Rapids first time through the order here. Still trying to figure out Jacob Dickmeyer and get a man on base. 2-1 now the count. Fires that one right down the middle, 2-2. Trying to get him to chase, works a full count. So Perry could try to work a walk here. First Redbird on, 3-2 pitch. Swung on, chopped toward Marks, comes up, charging it this time, bobbles it a bit, still gets the throw off in time, and beats Perry at first for out number 3, through 3. Miesville getting done on the mound and in the field. They're up to bat with a 3-run lead when we come back. Quick moving game here at Joe Schlepper Stadium in Shakopee, Class B State Amateur Tournament. We've got Coon Rapids and Miesville. The Mudhens pushed 2 across in the first, 1 in the second. They've got 5 hits, 3 runs. Meanwhile, the Redbirds bats held in check by Jacob Dickmeyer to this point. They have not had a base runner. 2 really nice plays at third by Derek Marks the last inning, helping back Dickmeyer, who's also got 3 Ks his first time through. We now head to the top of the 4th inning. Miesville looking to add to its lead. Again, we're at Shakopee. Remember, New Ulm was supposed to host the tournament. They opted out due to COVID concerns. And Shakopee, having recently hosted, checked with the city to see if they would be okay. And they said yes. They're having recently put attorney on, equipped to handle a very quick turnaround time and get everything ready, and it's been great. A little bit of weather on Friday night, and it's hot and humid like it usually is in August in Minnesota. But beautiful days, beautiful ballpark. Leading off the 4th, player manager Matt Vanderbosch rounded out to second his first time up. Joe Lewis settling in a little bit here, getting nicked up there in the first couple innings. Had a clean top of the 3rd and a ball 1 pitch to Vanderbosch. Again, Vanderbosch, former Hastings star, going all the way back to 1999, led Hastings to a title. Played minor league baseball. Now back here playing and managing with the Miesville Mudhens. Lefty on lefty as Lewis gets a strike in there. 2-1 the count. First of what was scheduled to be 3 games today, so it'll be the first of 3.5 games. The resumption of the Friday night suspended game between Chanhassen and St. Michael. That'll happen late tonight, sometime around 8 or 9 o'clock. Swung on and missed. Nice pitch by Lewis. The count is full, 3-2. Winner of this game, Champlin Low Gators. Picked to maybe make some noise here, the Low Gators. They pounded Victoria last night to get into the second round. That one chipped off the bat and into the parking lot. So Vanderbosch able to stay alive. The next game here will be the Moorhead Brewers and the Prior Lake Jays. Winner of that game will get Dundas. Inside corner, strike 3 call. Lewis feeling it a bit now. The bat flip from Vanderbosch. Not loving that call, obviously. On my scorekeeping, that is the first strikeout of the game here for Lewis. In a quickly moving game. Pitcher's doing a pretty good job here. Only one extra base hit in the contest. That was Joey Warner. Had an RBI double in the second inning. Brian Sprout, the veteran, stepping in. Mentioned last time he was up, Sprout, former St. Olaf star. 6 years in the minor leagues. Played with the St. Paul Saints and the Dodgers organization as well. And his number retired at St. Olaf. Swung on, driven to center field. Lehman's going to have to come in for that one. Easy catch for him. And Lewis seems to be settling in nicely. He's retired 6 straight Mudhens. Max Morris, base on balls caught stealing in the second inning, where Morris worked his way back into that count his first at bat. Really nice at bat, got on. If Perry had not thrown him out, Mudhens would have at least one more run on the board. Lewis comes back to even things up. 1-1 now the count. On the Mudhens left fielder. Strike 2 on the outside corner. 1-2 now. But this does now settle into a pitcher's duel here in the middle innings. Obviously those early runs loom large. They're going to continue to try to solve Dickmeyer on the other end as Morris, 2 really good at bats here. First 2 times up against Lewis. That time he just hung in there, drops it into center field for the single. He is now on base for the second time. Brings up Max Gamm. Singled, stole second, and later scored on the Warner RBI double. String of 6 consecutive retired batters for Lewis comes to an end with the single to Morris. Goes to first there. Very deliberate move. Morris got back easily. Morris and Gamm, some action early on in this contest on the base pass, trying to keep him close, but Gamm skies this one to right field. And under that one, on an active day so far, is Schnobrook, out number 3. So we go to the bottom of the 4th. Miesville still up 3-0.
What's special about high school sports? The passion. The excitement. The memories.
Now a 3 at the buzzer. Good! It's good! Du Bois wins it for the Rebels.
It's about impacting your community. Connecting your business to this audience. This is where your customers live, where they shop. This is their circle of life. This is where your business should be. Connect with your best potential customers. This is your invitation. Get in the game.
Bottom of the fourth, Coon Rapids, top of the lineup. And they have no hits, no walks through 3 innings. As Jake Dickmeyer is out there feeling very comfortable here in the state tournament opener. Dickmeyer with 3 strikeouts. First time through the lineup, and Dan Skog will start us off. Flew out to left field his first time up. Dickmeyer living out on that outside corner, a little too far out there. So ball 1 to the veteran. Former St. Cloud State player back in the day. 14th year now with Coon Rapids. Coon Rapids, make no mistake, they want to come in here and compete for the title. Lindstrom, the manager, saying they're here to make a run. They're not looking just come in and qualify. They want to make a run here. They've got to figure out Jacob Dickmeyer at some point if they're going to do that. As Gam makes the play at short. And a quick out here in the bottom of the fourth.
Shortstop Ryan Nickel.
Ryan Nickel, Augustana player. He flew out to first base his first time up. We saw that yesterday in the Chaska game. Some of these younger guys, they get up there, they're aggressive, swinging away. See if he takes any pitches here in this at-bat as Dickmeyer drops in strike number 1. Nickel swinging away quickly in an 0-2 hole. Nickel, a .344 hitter in the regular season this year. 16 RBIs, really nice player. A great addition to this club in his first year. As is Ross Indelkoffer, who is standing on deck, the slugging first baseman. And Nickel gets a hold of that one to center field. It's going to stay in the park, moving over into the gap to make the catch. Is Joey Warner, and 2 outs now. As Indelkoffer will step in in hopes of giving Coon Rapids a base runner at some point here today.
First baseman, Ross Indelkoffer.
Indelkoffer flew out to second base his first time up. South Alabama. You know, you're got to be pretty good to go down south, play at some of those programs. Dickmeyer just hits that corner over and over again. We saw it, the left-handed hitting Nickel. He can go the other corner as well. So 1-1 the count now on Indelkoffer. Swung on, driven high in the air. And underneath that one is Werner for the putout. So through 4, Coon Rapids yet to have a base runner in Miesville, holding on to that 3-0 lead. Couple of Class C scores to pass along. Class C tournament taking place in southern Minnesota at Springfield and Milroy. Dilworth up 2-1 on St. Clair midway through the 4th. And Maple Lake a 7-0 lead on Alexandria. in the Class B tournament here in Shakopee. Game number 1. Coon Rapids and Miesville, the Mudhens and the Redbirds. Miesville piecing together 3 early runs in this contest. We've got 3 runs, 6 hits, but the developing story as we get near midpoint in this game is when will Coon Rapids get a base runner on Jacob Dickmeyer, the Miesville ace. He has been perfect through 4 innings. And he's doing it in tremendously efficient fashion as well, working quickly, hitting the corners. Pitch count well within check here. Obviously, still a long ways to go.
Joey Warner.
And here is Joey Warner. He has been the offensive highlight today for Miesville. He is 2 for 2, has a single, a double, a run scored, and an RBI. We're only in the 5th inning. Tries to bunt his way on here, back to the screen. 1 strike count here. Warner, the leadoff hitter, so back to the top of the order for Miesville. Facing Joe Lewis, the lefty. Again, they nicked him up a little bit the first couple innings. 2 runs in the first, 1 in the second. Since then, he has settled in nicely. He's only given up 1 hit the last 2 innings, as that one bounces into the dirt. Ball and a strike now, the count. Derek Marks getting a workout over there, chasing these balls to the backstop. He's trying to stay loose between innings. Big slugger, third baseman, a couple defensive plays early in this contest for Derek. Putting his other talents to use, chasing down that ball. So Werner swung on and missed there. 1-2 the count. Werner's chatting a little bit, I think trying to figure out maybe where that pitch was. He was very comfortable his first 2 times up here. A little befuddled through 3 pitches. Fights that one off. Count remains 1-2. Joey holds up there. 2-2 the count. That's a tough one to lay off. Beauty of Minnesota amateur baseball, the connective tissue it has going all the way back to the 20s in this state, is a great bunt by Vavra, and he's going to beat the throw. In fact, it hits the ground. Werner thought about taking 3. Instead, he'll stay at second, so first and second now. With still nobody out, and they're going to give him a hit. So that's 8 hits now on the day. The second for Miesville and the second hit for Tanner. Back-to-back singles, and here is, Derek Marks is going to come up after Lindstrom comes out. Looks like he's going to make a change. He took the ball, and indeed they will make a change here. No time to waste here. It's win or go home, so we'll take a break and tell you who the new pitcher is and possibly some other changes for Coon Rapids when we come back. Final line, Joe Lewis for Coon Rapids. He battled for 4 innings, gave up 8 hits, 3 runs, 1 strikeout, 1 walk. Nothing super significant. Only gave up 1 extra base hit, actually, but Miesville chipping away at him. And they've got first and second, runners at first and second with nobody out here, looking to add to this 3-0 lead. Coon Rapids manager Jeff Lindstrom just trying to keep things in check, so he calls on Nick Harold out of the bullpen, the big, tall right-hander. Coon Rapids native and Winona State product. And he faces the slugger Derek Marks for Miesville. Marks is 0 for 2 here today. Ground out in a flyout, but a prime position here for Derek with 2 on and nobody out. And Harold drops an off-speed pitch in for strike 1. Probably saw Marks hit a couple rockets down the left field line and foul his first 2 times up. Dangerous hitter. Harold to the plate, and Marks, it's going to be a tough play at short, and able to make it his nickel over to Indelkoffer. Strong throw to get Marks. Runners, however, do move up. It's now second and third with just 1 out. So not what Marks had in mind when he went to the plate. But with that one deep in the hole, and the youngster Nickel making the strong throw for the out, Marks does move the runners up. Nate Hammis, the catcher, coming up. RBI single in the first, flew out to first base his last time up. 2 on in scoring position. There's 1 out here in the top of the 5th inning. Miesville has not scored here in a couple innings as Lewis started to settle in before the back-to-back singles here and knocked him out of the contest. Owen Harold kind of came over the top. That thing started inside, was coming in, and I think Hammis thought maybe it was going to be into the zone. Committed to swinging and then just kind of hacked at it. So 0-2. Quickly behind in the count. Harold coming right after the hitters. That's a chopper down the line. That's going to score a run. The play to first. Nice play by Indelkoffer to adjust and get the out. But Hammis, his second RBI here today. A fielder's choice. Moving to third on the play is Vavra, so he's still out there on third base, 2 outs. Miesville adding another run, 4-0, they lead it. And no matter how you slice it, they're going to look at this as a productive inning. Austin Ledoux to the plate. He had a fielder's choice RBI in the first inning. Flew out his last time up. Harold tried to hit that outside corner. I think he did, but it was low. So 2-0 now the count on Ledoux. And Harold not messing around, coming right after the hitters, gets back-to-back outs, but the lead runner's moving up both times for Miesville. And the last time that led to another run. Harold does hit the outside corner there. 2-1 the count. 2 outs with Vavra standing on third base. Outside, 3-1. On deck, player manager Matt Vanderbosch. And Vanderbosch will get a chance as Ledoux flips the bat after taking the 4-pitch walk. Runners now on the corners as Vanderbosch comes up. He is 0 for 2. Caught looking by Lewis his last time at the dish, and now Lindstrom's going to come out. He's going to talk things over, I would assume. Nobody throwing in the Coon Rapids bullpen right now.
Designated hitter, Matt Vanderbosch.
Vanderbosch, the DH in this lineup. So they talk over the strategy. Harold comes right in, drops it in 0-1 on Vanderbosch. Top 5, 4-0 Miesville. They pushed a 1 across here in the inning. There's that first and third for the Mudhens player manager. We have timeout called, I think, by Perry, the catcher. Perry's been good behind the plate here for the Redbirds today, but eventually Coon Rapids is going to have to figure out how to get runs. Right now, trying to work out of a jam is relief pitcher Nick Harold, and he is quickly up 0-2 on Vanderbosch. The 0-2 pitch swung on and driven out to the parking lot. Vanderbosch skies that one in foul territory. But over to make the play for the third out is Zach Sather, and Coon Rapids gets out of it, only giving up 1 run. So good job by Harold in relief. But again, they've got to try to find runs here against the red-hot Jacob Dickmeyer when we come back.
What's special about high school sports? The passion. The excitement. The memories.
Down on 3 at the buzzer. Good! It's good! Du Bois wins it for the Rebels.
It's about impacting your community. Connecting your business to this audience. This is where your customers live, where they shop. This is their circle of life. This is where your business should be. Connect with your best potential customers. This is your invitation. Get in the game.
Bottom 5, Coon Rapids down by 4. Try to solve Miesville ace Jake Dickmeyer, who is yet to allow a Coon Rapids base runner, perfect through 4 innings. Zach Sather, the third baseman. He was active in the field last inning. Here he is leading things off for Coon Rapids. Sather flew out to right field his first time up. Dickmeyer right back to work and right back into the strike zone. Again, the Mudhens ace, 10 wins and 2 losses over the last 2 years in the regular season, and that ends the perfect game as Sather rips that one into right for Coon Rapids' first hit. And we'll see if that can open things up a little bit here for this lineup.
Second baseman
Thomas Kinsella, the next batter, batted .278 in the regular season. He struck out in the second inning. Swings and misses here. Quickly down 0-2. Kinsella, University of Minnesota Crookston graduate. He's in his first year with Coon Rapids. We saw a ton of UMC players from East Grand Forks yesterday. So Kinsella, no doubt, connected to that team probably, as he skies this one high to short. And barely having to move is Max Gam for the putout. And Dickmeyer, for giving up first hit of the contest, goes right back to getting it out. Amory Lehman, the center fielder, comes up. Struck out looking in the second inning. Three strikeouts to this point for Dickmeyer. Mostly pitching to contact. Just not getting Coon Rapids much to square up. As Lehman was on that one, fouls it back into the screen. In fact, all 3 strikeouts for Dickmeyer, they came in succession. Kinsella, Lehman in the second inning, and to lead off the third, Aaron Lindstrom went down on strikes. An 0-2 pitch here, swung on and driven to left, but an easy play for Max Morris in left field, right to him. And 2 outs with Sather still on first base after the leadoff single. And Lindstrom, big right-handed hitter, will now step in. Aaron, .263 in the regular season. He did have 15 RBIs. Is tied for second most in the Redbirds lineup. And Dickmeyer goes right back to work hitting that corner. Bottom of the 5th inning here at the Joe in Shakopee. Winner moves on, loser goes home. That one had some movement on it. It looks like Lindstrom fouled that one off his foot. So he now in a quick 0-2 hole. Out in front of that one. Another fly to Morrison left. And after finally breaking through with a leadoff single, Dickmeyer settles right back in. Strands Sather at first after 5. Miesville 4, Coon Rapids nothing.
Coon Rapids lost the fifth. No runs, 1 hit. No errors, 1 left. Miesville, top of the sixth. First baseman, Brian Sprout.
Through 5, it's 4-0 Miesville. Nick Harold on for his second inning in relief for Coon Rapids. Worked his way out of a pretty sticky situation in the top of the 5th inning. Eventually, Miesville pushing 1 run across. Could have been worse. And it is Brian Sprout, the first baseman, for Miesville stepping in. Sprout is 0 for 2 with 2 flyouts. And he's in an 0-2 hole now after following that one back. Miesville 2 runs to start things off, and then another in the second. And we had a scoreless ball game until last inning. Miesville got 2 on with no outs, and as mentioned, Harold able to come in relief and work out of it. Only surrendering the 1 run. The Mudhens with a 4-0 lead. Jacob Dickmeyer cruising. He surrendered just 1 hit to Coon Rapids thus far. We're already into the 6th inning. Still 0-2, and Harold blows it right past Sprout. An impressive pitch there to get the strikeout. And that is Harold's first strikeout in this contest. Max Morris, the left fielder, comes up now. Morris, base on balls in the 2nd inning, caught stealing, and he singled in the 4th. So 1 for 1 so far today. Harold, just like he did when he came in relief, just throwing strikes. Gets the call there and quickly up 0-2 on Morris. Tried to bend that one back in on the inside corner, but it stayed high and tight. So 1-2 the count, 1 out. Top of the 6th inning. Miesville with 4 runs on 8 hits. And we mentioned Coon Rapids, 1 hit, 1 base runner against Jacob Dickmeyer so far. And we have played a clean game as well in the field. No errors in this contest. Winner of this game moves on to play Champlin Park. Champlin Low Gators looked very impressive last night in dispatching the Victoria Vics. 10-run ruled them. Play up the middle. Nice effort. But beating it out is Morris. So Morris is now 2 for 2. He's on base for the 3rd time in the game. A 1-out single. Kinsella got to that ball, had to make the running throw, just not able to get enough on it. The throw was right on. And that continues some of the great defense we've seen here today. Norris able to beat it out to bring up Max Gam. Gam had a single, stole a base, scored a run back in the 2nd inning. He flew out in the 4th. The last time, we mentioned Morris was caught stealing. He did not try to steal his last time on base. So we'll see if Miesville feels an opportunity to get some action here. Morris thrown out by Perry back in the 2nd inning. Inside pitch, called for a strike. 1-1 the count. Gam kind of dove out on that one. Had it caught the corner. Oh, good pitch on the outside corner on the other side now, and Harold wanted that one. Instead, it's a 2-1 count. Great pitching here today on display in our first game. Harold in his second year with Coon Rapids out of Winona State. Came in relief of starter Joe Lewis. As this one is ripped out to left, but eventually making the play. That one kind of dove down on Skog out there. But Dan able to stick with it, snag it right off the turf there for out number 2. Again, puts a charge into it, but it's allowed out. 2 down. Morris still at first base, back to the top of the order, and here is Joey Werner. 3 for 3, 2 runs scored, and an RBI double mixed in there as well. So Joey's having a game here. And that was all against the starter Lewis. See how he does against Harold as he faces him for the first time here. Now Morris does go. Pears throw down, and he gets him for the second time in the game. Man, Kyle has been really good here controlling Miesville's running game, and that's out number 3. So they leave Werner at the dish, and after 5.5, it's 4-0 Mudhens. Bottom of the 6th inning from the Joe Class B State Amateur Baseball Tournament first round game. Miesville taking on Coon Rapids. The star so far is the man warming up there in your picture, Jacob Dickmeyer, the Miesville ace. No surprise to see him come out and pitch well, but he has been dominant. He's only allowed 1 base runner, and that was a hit last inning. Got 3 strikeouts in the game, and only the 1 hit allowed. His offense staking him to an early lead. It's now 4-0. And the way he's pitching, that might be more than enough here today. Kyle Schnobrook comes up for the 2nd time in the game. He was grounded out to third his last time up. Was the first of back-to-back nice plays down at third base there by Derek Marks. So Schnobrook, some good wood on the ball. Shows bunt, pulls it back, pitches high, 1-0 the count. It's rare for Dickmeyer to even be behind in the count here today. Goes right back into the zone, and that is popped up to center field. Under it is Werner. 2 pitches, 1 out here in the 6th inning for Dickmeyer. They cannot square him up. Catcher Kirby Perry's thrown out 2 base runners, made a nice play at a pop fly earlier in the game. He's been active defensively. Will now take his cuts. He was also grounded out to Marks, and Marks had to come across the diamond, make the play, bobbled a little bit, still able to throw Perry out. That was back in the 3rd inning. Swung on and foul tipped. 0-1 the count. And Dickmeyer graduated from Woodbury High School. Miesville, a lot of players from that area. Brian Sprout, the head baseball coach at East Ridge. We've got a couple East Ridge players as well. Set up way outside. Obviously trying to get Perry to chase a little bit there as he's getting the corners. Comes right back down the middle. That's a pop-up to first base. And Sprout is there for the put-out. 2 outs now for the Redbirds. And we turn the lineup over. Dan Skog comes up. Muskogee is 0 for 2. He flew out to left in the first inning, grounded out to shortstop in the fourth. Right back to that outside corner to 0-1 count. So Dick Meyer completely dominant again, pitching to contact, just 3 Ks in this contest. But getting it done, flat out getting it done here today. Saw yesterday at Northfield's John Ludwig pitched or struck out 14 batters in 7 innings. Very impressive. Dick Meyer getting it done a little bit differently as the grounder to short. Out number 3. Dick Meyer continues to cruise. Miesville going into the late innings here, holding down that 4-0 lead.
What's special about high school sports? The passion, the excitement, the memories.
Now a 3 at the buzzer. Good! It's good! DuBois wins it for the Rebels.
It's about impacting your community, connecting your business to this audience. This is where your customers live, where they shop. This is their circle of life. This is where your business should be. Connect with your best potential customers. This is your invitation. Get in the game.
Quickly moving to the 7th inning here. First round matchup between Coon Rapids and Miesville. Miesville up 4-0 as Jacob Dickmeyer has held the Coon Rapids lineup to 1 hit, and that's it. Meanwhile, Miesville 4 runs on 9 hits. Coon Rapids trying to hold that Miesville lineup at bay. We're down 3-0 after 2. They've done a pretty good job since then. Joe Lewis and then Nick Harold in relief. Miesville just 1 run in the last 4 innings combined. So next up in the bracket and to play here at the Joe will be the Moorhead Brewers and Prior Lake Jays. Late afternoon contest scheduled between Cold Spring Springers and Anoka. And then later tonight, scheduled for 8 o'clock, and we'll see if they get it started around 8 or 9, but it'll be Chanhassen, the 2-time defending champs. They've got to finish out that Sunday game where they started against St. Michael, led 6-2 after 6 innings. And Lightning suspended that contest, so they've got to come back tonight to finish that up. Winner gets Northfield next week. That'll be the Friday night game, so Chan, we'll see how they manage that, assuming they can hold on and beat St. Michael. Figure they're not going to come back with their ace. And that's how they'll play it here. If Miesville can hold on, figure you'll see Dickmeyer again next week on the mound as he'll get a week of rest. As a bunt there. And a really nice play at third base by Sather. Waited for that one to hit the turf and then set himself, made a nice throw. That is Joey Warner, who was trying to bunt his way on. That's the first time they've gotten Warner out in this contest. Warner was left at the plate after Morris was caught stealing to end last inning. And Vavra, second baseman, comes up now. He's got 2 hits and a run scored in this game. The top of the lineup for Miesville. Getting on base in the early innings. Helping the Hens get out to this 4-0 lead. 1-1 the count on Vavra, the second baseman. Swings through that pitch from Harold. Harold has done a really nice job since coming in relief. Came on in the 5th inning. Got out of a situation that could have been a lot worse. Miesville only able to push 1 run across. The way Dickmeyer's pitching might be more than enough here this afternoon. They're going to check first base. They said he swung. Well, Harold gets the strikeout. And he has 2 quick outs here in the top of the 7th. Second strikeout on the day for Harold. And here is Derek Marks. He is 0 for 3 in this game. Slugger for Miesville. Would love to square one up here and add a little sauce on top of this. So far, so good day for Miesville. Oh, and he took a huge cut on that high fastball there, but swung through it. 0-1. Harold tries to get him to chase low and outside. Mark's a big slugger, hit 7 home runs last year. He's last year's stats in this tournament, you're going to hear it a lot. It's kind of a reference point after the abbreviated seasons this year. He knocks that one to the right side and foul. Still 1-2 the count, 2 outs. Mentioned Mark's former Hastings manager in amateur ball. Obviously, since coming over to Miesville, playing with this ball club. Oh, swung on and driven deep to left again, but way foul. It's the 3rd time in this contest we've seen Marks hit the parking lot out there. Spins that one in there, and Marks was ready for that one as well, but a little bit ahead of it. Zips one down the line and foul. Still a 1-2 count here. Marks making Harold work a little bit. Harold has a couple pitches to spoil if he feels he needs to do that here against the slugger. Strike 3 called. Harold makes quick work of the Miesville lineup in the top of the 7th. Coon Rapids heads to the bottom, still trying to get things rolling against Jacob Dickmeyer. Stretch time at the Joe. Head to the bottom of the 7th inning. Coon Rapids still trying to solve Jacob Dickmeyer. 1 hit through 6 innings is all he has surrendered. That's it. And Ryan Nickel, one of the young star players here for this Coon Rapids program, tries to bunt his way on. Instead, it'll be strike 1. So you've got Nickel, Indelkoffer, and Sather coming up. These are the guys you want up. Sather has the only hit in this contest. But Nickel just not able to get the timing as Werner chases that one down in center field. And 1 quick out here again for Dickmeyer as he just continues to cruise. Pitch into Indelkoffer and Nickel, both Mounds View graduates. Indelkoffer played at South Alabama. Division I baseball player stepping to the plate. It's a former Division III All-MIAC player. And Dickmeyer has gotten Indelkoffer to fly out his first 2 times up. Again, setting up way outside, just testing, see if they can push Coon Rapids batters to press a little bit here. Comes back inside, swung on and missed. 1-1 the count. Coon Rapids has not shown any panic necessarily. Just haven't been able to square up Dickmeyer, but running out of outs at this point. That one's high, 2-1. A 4-run cushion, nobody on. Dickmeyer can still play inside the strike zone even with these dangerous hitters up. He comes right back in, evens the count 2-2. Back to the outside, and it's ball 3, so the rare full count here. Dickmeyer wants to know exactly where that pitch was. Time is called as Dickmeyer. He hit the umpire's hand, it looked like. Wow. See, that breaks any kind of rhythm. Maybe Jake was in. See if he can shake that one off mentally. The time was called. And Dickmeyer was in the middle of throwing to the mound. He continued to throw. Frankly, that's a little bit on a late call there. And then Hammes kind of gave up on the play as well. But Dickmeyer goes right back in, and it is a walk. Just the second base runner in the contest here for Coon Rapids. You have to wonder, kind of a strange turn of events there on that time call. And I don't know who called it. It was the batter probably, because Dickmeyer was in the middle of throwing to the mound, and then Hammes kind of gave up on it, went right off the home plate umpire's right hand. Dickmeyer a little worried about hitting the umpire there. And Indelkoffer works the walk, and Dickmeyer comes right back into the strike zone, though, on Zach Sather. So we've got 1 out. Indelkoffer at first base after the walk. Again, just the second base runner in the game for Coon Rapids. That one's outside, 1-1 the count. I don't have an official pitch count. See if I can find one in between innings here, but Dickmeyer cruising along. You got to think it's a low pitch count to this point. That one has kind of spun out and popped out to Marks at third base. So Dickmeyer gathers himself, comes right back and gets the second out. Thomas Kinsella, second baseman, comes up now. He struck out and flew out in this game. Gonna have a lot of offers in this lineup, Coon Rapids. Sather with the only hit in the game. That one swung on, skied toward the Miesville dugout. That's going to get out of play. Well, maybe not quite, but it did bounce on the other side of the dugout there. Both Hammes and Marks were in the area, but could not come up with it. You see Dickmeyer speaking with the home plate umpire. I wonder if that dialogue still relates back to when he hit him in the hand with the ball, and kind of a strange play there earlier in this inning. Maybe they were talking strike zone. But a little exchange there. 1-1 the count, 2 outs, runner on first. Kinsella at the plate, and that is a strike. They throw behind Indelkoffer at first, no chance there. But a 1-2 count now. Definitely the most action we've had. Coon Rapids at the dish in this contest to this point. Dickmeyer working through it. Goes way outside to even the count at 2-2. That one spun out. Staying alive is Kinsella. Mentioned Kinsella played at Crookston, his first year here with Coon Rapids. Ramsey native. Outside corner, strike 3. Dickmeyer cruises into the 8th inning. Miesville still in control, 4-0. We move into the 8th inning. Joe Schlepper Stadium in Shakopee. Good ball game here. First round matchup, Miesville Mudhens. The traditional powerhouses in the state of Minnesota. A really, really good Coon Rapids program meeting here in the first round. Winner moves on to the second round. Again, the first 2 rounds this year, single elimination. A little more pressure in these first 2 games. And right now it's Miesville cruising behind Jacob Dickmeyer. They gave him runs early, and he has held it up. We'll talk more about him when he comes back out to the mound. The bottom half for now, it's Miesville trying to add to its lead. 4-0. And on the mound for a 4th inning of work is Nick Harold. He's pitched well. So 1 hit, he's surrendered. Struck out 1 batter in 3 innings of work, Harold has. Facing Nate Hammis, the Miesville catcher, who dumps it into center field for the single. His 2nd hit of the game. And just the 2nd hit surrendered since Harold came in to relieve in the 4th inning. The 5th inning is when he came in. So Hammis having a day, 2 RBIs, 2 hits for him. And Austin Ledoux now at the dish. RBI fielder's choice in the 1st inning. Coaxed a base on balls, might hit into a double play here. Nickel. And the turn to first. Double play on 1 pitch. Erasing the threat here. 2 outs now for Harold and Coon Rapids. As designated hitter Matt Vanderbosch will step up. Haven't seen many double plays here so far, but that one got to Nickel in a hurry. And Kinsella able to make the turn. Vandelkoff first. Easy double play there. Much needed for Harold. He hopes to continue to cruise here since coming in relief. Outside corner, strike one to Vanderbosch. Right now, Coon Rapids just trying to keep it as close as they possibly can. Not able to solve Miesville's ace, Jake Dickmeyer. And that's the outside corner. 0-2 quickly now to Vanderbosch. Vanderbosch is 0 for 3, struck out in the 4th inning. It's that one to left. It's going to be in foul territory. And Nickel almost got there to make the play, but could not. So Vanderbosch stays alive. Way outside, 1-2 the count. Already into the 8th inning here. Teams starting to show up for our second game. Schlepper Stadium today, Anoka, Cold Spring. High and outside, Vanderbosch thought about it, able to check his swing. Evens the count now 2-2. 2 outs. Harold has kept Miesville off the board since the 5th inning. So far, the Hens got everything they needed, scoring that first run of the game in the 1st innings. Vanderbosch tries to slap it down the left field line. That hung in the air for a long time. Eventually drifted foul. So Vanderbosch with his 2 foul balls here.
Please also help us if you would by picking up all your trash, as they call it.
He's run more on those 2 foul balls than he had his previous 3 at-bats. So he'll reset again, 2-2, still a count. Battling here with Harold. Harold goes, ooh, that one cut back inside, and he wanted the call. Really nice pitch out there by Nick. Full count, 3-2 now. Knocks one back into the parking lot again. Staying alive. A lengthy at bat here. A player manager for Miesville. The next game is actually the Moorhead Brewers and the Prior Lake Jays, the nightcapper between Cold Spring and Anoka. That one knocked down to first base. Imlikoffer makes a nice play, calls off Harold. 3rd out, we head to the bottom of the 8th. Coon Rapids still trying to get the bats going, down by 4. We head to the bottom of the 8th. The Jacob Dickmeyer show here in the opening round. You know, if you're look at the way tournament's set up, and this is what you want to see here. You're the Miesville Mudhens as your ace coming out and just dominating performance. And none of the stat sheet isn't going to jump off the page on you. But Dickmeyer, 7 innings. He's given up only a hit. Walked the batter. This first walk came in the last inning. Just 4 strikeouts, but 74 pitches. Very efficient. And he's got 6 outs here to get against this Coon Rapids team that just has not been able to figure him out. And nothing dominant from a strikeout fashion. He's pitching to contact. They simply cannot square him up. We're going to have a no, we're not. Avery Lehman, the center fielder, will come in. Got ahead of myself here on the lineup cards. So thought maybe we would have a new designated hitter, but it is Lehman, the center fielder, leading things off. The bottom of the 8th inning. Lehman is 0 for 2. He struck out looking in the second. Dick Meyer threw a couple more pitches in the last inning. Kind of a bizarre inning. Hit the umpire in the hand after a timeout call. And now he hits Lehman to start things off. So the third base runner of the game for Coon Rapids. And I don't know. I mean, here comes Vanderbosch. What is he going to do here? I don't know. Dick Meyer was maybe giving him the wave off here. I don't know. He's just checking in on him. That one got away from him. I think they want to check, make sure he's okay maybe. Did he slip on the mound? Umpires out there. So Dick Meyer says, get out of here and let me get back to work. Under Vanderbosch just kind of giving his pitcher a breather. And a hit by pitch puts a runner on here. It's the third base runner for the Redbirds. Not able to take advantage of it last inning after Indlekoff were able to coax a walk out of the stingy Dick Meyer. Meyer right back to work and in the strike zone to the designated hitter, Aaron Lindstrom. Lindstrom also struck out his first at bat, that coming in the third. He flew out last time up. Only Zach Sather has a hit in the lineup here today for Coon Rapids. And that one is ripped into left, so hits a batter, and then surrenders just his second hit. Back-to-back batters in Coon Rapids for the first time here today. Has a runner on second base and starting to rally perhaps. Only 74 pitches for Dick Meyer coming into the inning. Miesville wasting no time getting someone loose in the bullpen here. Remember, it's a really, really hot day out there as well. And after that strange 7th inning, Dick Meyer was able to work his way out of it, but Coon Rapids trying to rally here. 2 on and no out, bottom of the 8th. Kyle Schnobrick steps to the plate. He is 0 for 2 with a ground out and a fly out. Just hit the outside corner, 1-0. Gets the call there, 1-1 the count. That one hit to second. It's going to be a tough play. And nice job over there by Vavra. Going to the ground, making sure that he had that ball to make the first out. The runners do move up. So Coon Rapids obviously running out of outs here. But they will take that pretty much every time, you would think. And we've got a pinch hitter here, as Jake Paulson will come in, his 6th year with this team since they're coming from the University of La Crosse. University of Wisconsin lacrosse product. In his 6th year with Coon Rapids, will step in and bat for Kirby Perry. So, chance to strike here. Coon Rapids maybe feeling it. So they'll bring in the pinch hitter, Jake Paulson. Paulson sees a first pitch strike from Dickmeyer, who's going to try to work his way out of trouble for the first time here in this game. Paulson, .268 hitter in the regular season. Trying to spark the lineup here. And this one might drop. Nope, that gets all the way to center field. Tagging, or showing tag, but not scoring on the play is Avery Lehman. Great play out there in center field by Werner, and he has played a great game here today for Miesville. Man, that one again just hung in the air. When it came off the bat, he didn't hit it hard. It thought maybe it would drop in there, but it just kept carrying. Not super deep, so Werner gets it, fires it into the infield. Lehman took a couple steps toward home and then went back. Still 4-0, now 2 outs. Back to the top of the lineup, Dan Skog now the batter. And the veteran looks at strike one. Dan 0 for 3. A fly out and a pair of groundouts here today against the young Miesville ace. Trying to work his way out of a jam here. For the first time, he's made it all the way to the 8th inning, having surrendered just 2 base runners. And now it's 2nd and 3rd with 2 outs. A 1-1 count on the leadoff hitter for Coon Rapids. Skog would love to deliver here. Long-time member of the franchise. 14 years to be exact. That one is fouled back 2-2 the count now.
Final score from Springfield Class C, Maple Lake 15. 15-2 final. Alexander 3.
Skog able to stay alive here. 2-2, still the count. Or Dickmeyer came into this inning having thrown 74 pitches. There's still action in the Miesville bullpen. You have to wonder if they'll push Dickmeyer, who after this inning will be right at, maybe even over the 100 pitch mark, as Skog's going to maybe drop this one in. No, a sliding catch in left field. And Miesville gets out of it. Max Morris with the diamond gem, and through 8, it's still 4-0 Miesville.
Coon Rapids by 98, no runs on 1 hit.
What's special about high school sports? The passion, the excitement, the memories.
Now a 3 at the buzzer. Good! It's good! Du Bois wins it for the Rebels.
It's about impacting your community, connecting your business to this audience. This is where your customers live, where they shop. This is their circle of life. This is where your business should be. Connect with your best potential customers. This is your invitation. Get in the game.
End of the 9th inning, Miesville up 4-0. And Coon Rapids finally got a rally started. Put runners at second, third against Miesville ace Jacob Dickmeyer, but Dickmeyer able to work out of it. We'll see if he comes back out. Bottom of the 9th inning, is now pushing about 100 pitches here. But he has been tremendous. We are on to the third pitcher now for Coon Rapids. It's Justin Clark, the right-hander. Come out to handle the 9th inning, relieves Nick Harold. Remember, Joe Lewis started the contest. He went 4, Harold went 4. I have him giving up 2 hits, striking out 1, and the 1 run that was scored after he came in relief credited to Lewis. So great job by Nick Harold. Keep Coon Rapids right in this thing, and if they could put together a rally here against Jacob Dickmeyer, whoever comes out to pitch the 9th inning against Miesville, Harold to be credited with keeping them close, as that shot might be gone, and it is over the 355 mark. A little cushion now here for Miesville. Brian Sprout, the veteran, knocks it out in left for the solo shot to lead off the 9th inning for the Mudhens. So in a game of few and far between extra base hits, we have a home run in the top of the 9th inning to lead things off for the Mudhens. Now 5 runs on 11 hits for the Miesville lineup. Not the loudest hit entire morning/afternoon here in this first round game. Sprout, the longtime amateur player, knocks it out right over the 355 mark in left field. Says, welcome to the game, Justin Clark. Clark in his first year, Maple Grove native, Minnesota State University Mankato pitcher. Now dealing with Max Morris, the left fielder. Max made that great defensive play to kill the Coon Rapids rally in the 8th inning. Keep the Redbirds off the board, 2nd and 3rd, and Skog, the veteran, to left. Looked like it was going to drop in there, but the diving play in the web gem made by Max Morris. Count is now full on Morris. Clark right down the middle to Nickel at short. Nickel handles it easily over to Indelkopper for the first out here in the top of the 9th. Going to bring up Max Gam, the shortstop. So double Maxes here at the bottom of the order for the Mudhens. And Gam singled, stole a base, and scored back in the 2nd inning. He's blown out twice since then. Bunt attempt fouled off, 0-1 the count. Gam rips that one into left. And Miesville knocking Clark around a little bit here, their 2nd hit of the inning. And again, we'll see if they send Dickmeyer out for the 9th. How much they want to push him, Dickmeyer, if Miesville holds on to this lead and moves on to next weekend. Will probably be tabbed as the pitcher again. go out there and try to throw them into the third round. But first things first, they got to get through this. Or will they go to the bullpen to finish this out? We'll see. How many runs can they add in the meantime? Back to the top of the order, Joey Werner. Good center field play defensively, but making his presence mostly felt at the dish. He was 3 for his first 3, an RBI double, 2 runs scored. He did ground out in the 7th inning. That was very close. Remember the bottom of the order for Miesville with the 2 maxes, Morris and Gam. They like to some action going on the base paths when those guys get on. And Gam was meandering a little bit too far down towards second base, so Perry, who's played a really nice game behind the plate here for Coon Rapids, fired it down. Almost got him on the plate, but a 1-2 count now. So he'll come to the dish to Werner. Really nice pitch, spinning on the inside corner there, but a little too far inside. So 2-2 the count. And a strike called. So 2-2 the count now. The runner at first, 1 out. Clark pitching to Joey Werner at the dish for the Mudcats. The runner goes, strike 3 called, throw down by Perry in plenty of time, but the ball not corralled by Nickel. So Gam has his 2nd stolen base of the game. But most importantly to Clark probably is he gets the strikeout, out number 2.
Second baseman, Tanner Vavra.
Tanner Vavra now comes to the plate. And Vavra down the line. That was just foul. Vavra looking at the bat. Sounded like maybe he cracked it. He's checking it out. He's going to keep it. Keep the lumber. And Justin Clark in relief, the 3rd pitcher here for Coon Rapids. Got to use all your arms here. There is no tomorrow if you lose. Way outside, 1-1 the count now. Vavra singled back in the 1st. Came around to score the 2nd Miesville run. Then he singled again and made it to third base, where he was stranded in the 5th inning. Did strike out against Harold his last time up. Hits the corner there, 1-2 now. Clark gave up the leadoff home run in this inning to Brian Sprout to push that lead out to 5-0 for the Mudhens. Now trying to work around the Max Gam single and stolen base. Minimize the damage here. Clark being really careful here. So a 2-2 count on Vavra, the 2nd baseman for Miesville. This game cruising along, slowing down a bit here as every pitch extremely important as Coon Rapids trying to get out of the inning, and they do. Nice pitch there by Clark. Bobber goes down swinging. So we head to the bottom of the ninth. Can Coon Rapids rally? Down 5-zip. Just 3 outs away, Miesville is, from moving on. Bottom 9, Miesville just 3 outs away from moving on to round number 2. And a matchup next week against Champlin Park. And back out onto the mound is ace Jacob Dickmeyer, who was cruising, absolutely cruised through 7 innings. Ran into a bit of trouble in the 8th inning, but able to work out of it. So the line on him through 8, 2 hits, a walk, 4 strikeout, and a hit 1 batter. And hit the umpire's hand in that bizarre play earlier, a couple innings earlier. So Dickmeyer will come in. He's right around the 100 pitch mark. He had 74 entering the 8th inning. Did not get an update on that in between innings. But he's going to try to finish this thing out. The bullpen is up for the Mudhens, so you would suspect if Ryan Nickel and crew from Coon Rapids can get anything going here early on, any kind of base runners, that'll be it for Dickmeyer. But they're going to try to have the youngster finish it out here. And it is Ryan Nickel, Ross Indelkoffer, and Zach Sather. Sather, one of just 2 hits here in the game. Indelkoffer coaxed a walk his last time up, so this is the part of the lineup Coon Rapids wants in this situation. Down 5. A little cushion provided by the Sprout home run in the last inning. And Dickmeyer now a 1-1 count on Ryan Nickel. Left-handed hitting shortstop for Coon Rapids. And Nickel rips one into right. The 3rd hit of the game. And now we'll see if player manager Matt Vanderbosch comes out to make the change. No, nothing yet. And Indelkoffer comes up now. I mentioned Indelkoffer drew a walk his last time up. Now he's got Ryan Nickel on first. Dickmeyer's going to try to work out of it here as this one is skied to center field. Tracking it and hauling it in is Werner. The 1 pitch, 1 out there. Coon Rapids now down to just 2 outs with Nickel still at first base. Zach Sather, the 3rd baseman, steps up. Flew out his last time up, but as mentioned, broke up the perfect game in the 5th inning with the single to right. What confidence they have here in Dickmeyer. The pitch count getting up there. Obviously, he's been mostly dominant. Coon Rapids starting to catch up to him a little bit here in the last 3 innings. 0-1 count quickly. Tries to hit the outside corner. It's a ball, 1-1. Now time called here by Sather. You saw that bizarre play earlier. Timeout was called and Dickmeyer continued the throw to the plate. Catcher gave up on it and he hit the umpire. Dickmeyer is mentally strong, working his way out of some situations here this afternoon. That one fouled back. Left side of the grandstand. 1-2 the count now on Sather. Sather pops this one to the left side. And Derek Marks is there to haul it in for out number 2. So Coon Rapids now down to its final out here. And it'll be up to Thomas Kinsella to keep it alive. Kinsella struck out twice here. Dickmeyer's only got 4 strikeouts in the contest, and he struck out Kinsella twice last time looking out of the 7th inning. Again, Ryan Nickel at first. That's ripped down the line. Marks gets to it, knocks it down, but it squirts away into short left field. And into foul territory, actually. Goes down as a single. Second hit of the inning now for Coon Rapids. First and second now with 2 outs. Nickel moves down to second base. Solid hit there from Kinsella. Marks has been pretty active over there. Got down on it, but squirted past him. First pitch swinging is Avery Lehman. That's a pop-up in the infield. And underneath it, securing the victory for Miesville. Here's the shortstop, Max Gam. And that closes the books on Coon Rapids season. The Mudhens, excuse me, move on. The second round to play Champlin Park, and what a game for Jacob Dickmeyer. The ace comes out, complete game victory, surrenders just 4 hits, hits 1 batter, 1 walk, strikes out 4. Getting it done for the Mudhens. They blank Coon Rapids here today in a really well-played contest to start off our 3rd day of action in the first round of the Class B tournament here at Joe Schlepper Stadium. And thank you so much for joining us here for the State Amateur Tournament on PrepSpotlight.tv. This, again, just the first of technically 3.5 games here today. So up next, the Moorhead Brewers and Prior Lake Jays. 5 o'clock, you'll have Cold Spring and Anoka. And then they're going to finish up Chanhassen and St. Michael some point later on this evening. I'm going to hand it off to the great Eric Bramer. He will be on the broadcast here at Joe Schlepper moving forward from today. Again, thank you so much for joining us for Coon Rapids, Miesville. Have a good rest of your day, everybody.